Hi everyone. So today we're going to be learning about two-step equations and how to solve them. It's quite easy and very straightforward. As the name suggests, it's going to be two steps to solve each equation. So let's get started. So we have 2x plus 3 equals 11. Now, the first thing we do is we always work with the number that is not part of the letter. In this case, a variable, which is x. Okay? So we work with the number that is not attached to a letter, okay? And we don't work with the answer as well. So we only work on the side of the equation that is with the letter in it, but not attached to the letter for the first step. So here's what we gotta do. The number we're gonna be working with is the positive 3, plus 3, right? And we wanna get rid of it. So whenever we see this, we always do the opposite operation of what's being done in the question. So here it says plus 3. What is the opposite of plus 3? If you guessed minus 3, that is correct. So we're going to do minus 3 here. We're going to do minus 3. And here's the next step. Whatever we do to one side of the equation, we do to the other side of the equal sign. So we did minus 3 here. We're going to do minus 3 to the 11. All right. And now we're ready to write it out again. We're going to get 2x. We're going to write it out 2x. And then the 3 is gone. So we don't write it anymore because we canceled it out, right? We canceled it out by subtracting 3. And then equals. And what is 11 minus 3? Well, that's going to give us 8. So we have 8. Okay, so now our equation stands at 2x equals 8. So we got rid of the number not attached to the variable. So now we're going to work with the number attached to the variable. In this case, it's going to be 2. So let's get rid of the 2. And what do we do? So 2x, all right, 2x, what operation is that? When a letter is right next to a variable, what operation is that? If you guess multiplication, that's correct. Now, what is the opposite of multiplication? Well, it's division. So you're going to divide by 2. You're going to divide by 2 here, the 2 by 2, and you're going to divide the 8 by 2 as well. Okay? And our final answer, because when we divide 2 by 2, it's gone. Our final answer is going to be x, because x remains, equals, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So our final answer is going to be x equals 4. And that's it. So as a quick review, we get rid of the 3, the number not attached to the variable. And then we get rid of the number attached to the variable, which is the 2. And then we get our final answer, which is x equals 4. And that's that. All right, on to the next example. So here for the next example, we have 5x minus 7 equals 18. Now with the previous example, you may remember, what do we do first? Well, we're going to work with the number not attached to the variable. In this case, it's going to be the minus 7 over here. Now, minus 7, right? What is the opposite of minus 7? If you said plus 7, that's correct. So we're going to write plus 7 here, and remember the rule. Whatever we do to one side of the equation, we do to the other. So we're going to do plus 7 here. All right, there we go. And now we're going to get 5x equals 25. That is the next equation step right here. All right, so we did that. What do we do next? Pause the video and try to remember. What do we do next here? If you guessed that we are going to divide by 5 both sides, that is correct. We're going to divide by 5 here. We're going to divide by 5 here. There we go. And we are left with x by itself because we got rid of the 5. And we are going to be left with what's 25 divided by 5? 5. There we go. So x equals 5, and that is our final answer. Now, if you haven't noticed already, the goal of this question is to get the variable by itself, right? We want to do x equals what? Whatever the letter is, right? We want to make it equal something, and it has to be by itself. That is our goal. That's why we're canceling out everything around it. First, we cancel out the 7, and then we cancel out the 5, and then we arrive, after doing the same operations to the other side of the equation, we arrive at the x number by itself and equals the answer that we're looking for. And that's that. Okay, so we have arrived at the final example of today's lesson. Here we have x over 4 minus 2 equals 5. Okay, so let's go again step by step. What number is attached to the letter? Well, it's the 4, right? So we do not work with that number. We're going to get rid of the 2. How do we get rid of the 2? We have minus, so the opposite of minus is plus, right? So we're going to do plus 2 here. We're going to do add 2 here. And then we're going to add 2 to this side of the equation as well. All right. So we're going to write it again. We're going to write x over 4 because we haven't canceled that one out, right? We did cancel the 2 out though, so it's gone. We don't have to write anything for that. And we're going to equal 7 because we added a 2 to the 5 as well. All right. So here, as you see, it's a little bit different, right? Because we're dividing by 4. X divided by 4 equals 7. So what's the opposite of division? If you said multiplication, that's correct. To cancel out the 4, we're going to multiply both sides by 4. We're going to multiply the 4 by 4, and we're going to multiply the 7 by 4. So this 4 is gone now because we multiplied it by 4. So we can just write x by itself. X equals, and what's 7 times 4? 28. 28 is our final answer. So take note that two-step equations like this come down to just doing the opposite operation on both sides of the equal sign. So when you see a minus 2, you add 2. When you see division, you do multiplication. And when you see multiplication, like 2x, you do division. And that's it. And that is the lesson. So thank you for watching. I hope it helped you. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel as I will be posting more useful content to help you in your learning. Bye everyone.